What in the world, Bo? What's going on with your man? It's your boy Big Low Kuntry. I hope everybody out there is doing great tonight. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. Thank you so much for coming on and chopping it up with us tonight. You could be anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and I definitely and greatly appreciate that. Um, so, look, first of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world Bo in the comments. Also, make sure that you hit that like button and that subscribe button. And hey, Coach Ronnie, I was telling you might need to change the title depending on how everything goes. And make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. I would definitely and greatly appreciate that. Look, so first of all, so glad that everybody could come on and chop it up with old country boy tonight. It's been a minute, I know. So just want to kind of let you know what's been going on with us. As y'all know, we went to Vegas like 2, 3 weeks ago. Then we had to go to Coach Ronnie's. Well, we had to go to our family reunion. We were on the committee. So, we went and did all that and had such a great time. They worked the old country boy to death. And, as y'all know, I actually got a promotion on my job. So, we've been doing that. And so we've been all over the place. We've been all kinds of tied up, but just know that we have been working on some content in the background for y'all. So we're gonna have some videos coming for you really soon, and we're gonna be getting ready to have a great time because we're almost here with the precipice of training camp. As a matter of fact, Ray Fitty, he hit me up a little bit earlier, right before we started the show. Whenever I was setting the show up, he said, "Hey, Bo, coaches meeting." I said, I got you, Bo. I was actually setting it up right now. So, look, man, we're gonna get on here. We're gonna have a good time tonight. First of all, Ray 50 said, "What up, big coach? Training camp is here." Yes, sir. You already know. You already know. Rockman's in here. What in the world, Bo? Hope you're doing good. Raymond Collins says, "Hello. What in the world, Bo?" Hey, man, trying to make it, Bo. Taking it slow like a cat eating a grubbing hoe. Cortez Sherman says, "What in the world, Bo? Long time no see, everyone." Definitely, man. Definitely. Once again, like I said, great to have everybody on here tonight on a Sunday night. Vets, Vipers, trucks, and bikes, pulling all them things out on a Sunday night. Y'all, if y'all never listen to that old school big timers, y'all might not know about that. John Brooks, what's going on, Bo? Hope you doing good. He says, "Go Falcons." Bubba Gump's in here. Will Cotton's in here. Says, "What up, Big Low and the Falcons family?" Much love to you, Bo. Justin Swisher, what in the world, Bo? Eastside man, Atlanta. In here says, "What in the world?" Hey, what's going on with you, man? You already know what time it is. Five beta hitters. They came in and said, "Let's go Falcons." They just spelled it wrong. I don't know how they spelled it over there, but they just spelled it wrong. What's going on, Bible? We doing good, man. So we here tonight talking about, because we're on the precipice. I was watching NFL Net. No, I was on Twitter, and I'm seeing all these highlights. I seen highlights of Aaron Rodgers, throwing touchdowns to Garrett Wilson, in the back of the end zone. I'm seeing Patrick Mahomes throwing touchdowns, to the rookies out there for the Chiefs. I'm sitting here like, well, you know what? Doggone it. Football seems like it's back, but we got to wait till Thursday to see what these Atlanta Falcons talking about. Now, look, if you're, and it doesn't have to be Thursday, but if you even plan on going to any, preseason game, any open look, first look, training camp or anything like that, put a one in the chat. I just want to know, because y'all know I'm gonna be there live in full effect. And if I run across you, I just want to keep my eyes out for you. Make sure I ain't missing you. I just want to make sure we can catch it. D Law's in here says, "What in the world, Bo? Good to see you, Bo. Hope you doing good, man." Definitely. Shaka Zulu's in here. "What in the world, Bo? What's good?" Hey, man, we trying to make it, man. Norman Fitzgerald in here. What's going on? They said, "What's up, beloveds? How y'all beloveds doing and feeling on this cloudy, rainy Sunday, fun day night?" Hello, hey, Bo. Shoot, it ain't too cloudy over here. It must be rough over there in South Kakalaki, Bo. Jerry's in here. What's going on, Jerry? What in the world, Bo? Much love to you. Thank you so much for coming on and chopping it up with us. So, we're talking about training camp. We're talking about what we're going to be looking out for. We're going to be talking about, Kyle Pitts. Is Kyle Pitts ready? How is he going to affect this offense? How is this going to affect the overall team? And the way things are going, because, we always kind of do shows a little bit on the fly. We might have a little something extra for you. We might, I'm working on it. I'm gonna try to get you there. But so we going into training camp first week. And we all know, everybody who's been to training camp, y'all know it's one of those situations where we got to make sure that first of all, the first responsibility that we need to make as a player for ourselves and for the rest of the team, we need to make sure that we come in healthy, ready to go, right? We know that the coaches and the trainers, they're going to take us to that next level because, it's always about getting uncomfortable. But you got to make sure that you are at least in some kind of shape coming into training camp. Now, I know that whole month between mini camp and training camp, most of the time everybody kind of goes on vacation. RJ Falcons in here. What in the world, bro? What's going on, Coach Keith? Oh, you doing good? Everybody kind of goes on vacation and kind of go let it loose. That's kind of what we did. Me and Coach Ronnie, we like old Eminem, coast to coast shows. They call us the Globe Trotters because we've been all over the place. Because we know football season's coming, and we got a lot of places that we need to be. Especially this year, running with the Rise Up tour, and I got my little cousin Shady, who's we're actually going to a college visit at Georgia Tech on Wednesday, and we've been to all kind of camps and everything else, and he's been getting all kind of offers. So it's going to be a fun season. It's going to be a fun football season. So between my little cousin's football games, between the Falcons games and everything else, we're just going to be having fun. So you have to kind of unwind, and that's what these players are doing. They've been unwinding, but in the meantime, you got to make sure that your health is good. Make sure that you're not eating too bad, not drinking too much. So whenever it's time to run those hills on Thursday, you're ready to go. It ain't gonna be no playing the radio talk about, hold on, coach, wait a minute, I need to get myself right. Wait a minute. Oh man, Molly Miles in here says, Big Low, congratulations on your promotion, bro. You more a winner than, come on, Molly Miles. See, you just got that hate in your heart, don't you, bro? I don't know what we're gonna do with you. Key Lines in here says, what up, coaching staff? Been a minute. Hey man, it's been a minute, bro. Been a minute. Shouts out to Key Line. Ray 50 says, I stay in South Georgia. That's a long ride for me. Ain't no problem, bro. I got you. I'm gonna make sure we pass as much information to you as we can. Bobby Murphy says, how you guys feeling about Ritter? Think he's the answer at quarterback? You know what, bro? I think he's the answer. I legit think he's the answer. We look at what we had last season compared to this season. As incompetent as Marcus Mariota was, we were able to beat a San Francisco 49er team. I think that with a guy like Ritter, who's a little bit more accurate, a little bit more dedicated to his craft, and that's completely a shot at Marcus Mariota. Everybody knows that who watches the show how much of a Marcus Mariota fan I am not. I feel like this team could take the next step. So, we're going to see, Bo. We're going to see. I think you might be in here checking for fantasy football reasons. That's what it is. That might be what it is. JT's in here. Blessings, Big Low Kuntry. Coach Ronnie. Shouts out from the note. Much love, Bo. Much love. RJ Falcon says, I just want to see if Eddie Goldman makes that final roster. I think he might. I think he might do it. Padres in here, says Dre Murphy. We maintaining, just trying to keep up with Coach Clearport. Coach Padre. Y'all call it the airport. He calls it the Clearport. That's what it is. Coach Uncle Steve's in here. What in the world, Bo? Just praying we're not reporting on a lot of injuries from camp. Practice hard but smart. Yes, that is another great point, Coach. Whenever we go to these camps, that's another thing that we're going to be looking out for. We're going to see who makes it through all of these sessions, because you don't want to be a situation where, hey, we're out here practicing hard in this Georgia heat, in this Georgia humidity. People are cramping up, tendons getting tight. We want to make sure that we stay well hydrated and we have the same bodies at the end of camp or at the end of practice that we had before camp or before practice. That's the goal. That's a great point, Coach Uncle Steve. Thank you so much. Connor Martell is in here. He says, "What up, Coach? Been 2 weeks. What in the world?" Hey man, I gotta tighten up. I gotta tighten up, bro. Uncle Steve. He was tripping. He cut off my internet. He was hating on me because I sang so much better than him. I told him he got to get that hate out of his heart, but he refused to go to the doctor. Rashad, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Hope you doing good tonight, my family. Much love to you. Much love to you and the fam. Trick 654 says, I think we have the best running game this year. Man, I'm hoping that you're right, Bo, because first of all, we can't have people sleeping on Tyler Algier. Everybody's getting naked for Bijan Robinson, but we don't know who Bijan Robinson is. And don't forget, you still got Cordero Patterson. So, all of those things we got to keep into consideration, Bo. Uncle Steve says, congratulations on your promotion, brother. It will offset the upcoming bad news about your Southern Silk demotion from lead singer to glorified group. What in the world? Man, the hate is in Uncle Steve's heart tonight, Bo. Sterling Woods. What's going on, Bo? Definitely, man, definitely. But yes, Uncle Steve makes a great point whenever he says no injuries. That's something that we definitely want to keep in mind. So has anybody else seen the clip of Kyle Pitts out here working out, looking like he's pretty much ready to go? If you have seen the clip, put a 1 in the chat. If you hadn't seen it, put a 2 in the chat. But has anybody seen the clip of Kyle Pitts looking like he's ready to go? So back in the day, whenever you had the ACL, MCL, UCL injuries, that was that was pretty much a career death sentence, right? Let's be honest. Whenever Dr. William Andrews came along and Adrian Peterson had that miracle year, whenever he almost ran for 2,000 yards, or did he? I think he did run for 2,000 yards. After that ACL injury, it kind of changed the whole way that we look at things. So moving forward, now it's one of those cases where I think Kyle Pitts is going to go off. I legit think it's going to be one of those cases where he comes back from this injury. Once again, we're going to have a competent quarterback, and he's going to go off. So let me see who all seen it. Ben Quavius, D. Lawton. Dre, he didn't see his boy, his homie, his ace, Kyle freaking Pitts, practicing. You need to go check that out, Dre. Check that out ASAPishly. William Amos in here said, what in the world, Bo? We'll be at that game week 1 against Cap. Well, I definitely look forward to seeing you, my brother. Traveling Charlie says, I was wondering today, when do you think the robots will take the place of regular athletes in the NFL? That would be great. Parts would be flying everywhere. Nobody would get injured. Just the robot. Hey, man, don't they got a show like that? The War Bots or something like that. I know they got some kind of show like that in Las Vegas where they got the robots battling each other, like some kind of robot on a live match or something like that. But hey, I'm an old school football guy, flesh and muscle. That's what it's all about for me. But he just on Will Cotton. He says he ain't seen it. D. Long said he's seen it. Shaka Zulu, Trick, said he's seen it. Keyline, he says he ain't seen it yet. Coach Roney, Mike Hollywood. Mike Hollywood said he's seen it. Judy says she's seen it. Sterling Woods and Mac Time Duddy, they all said they seen it. So basically, Kyle Pitts, he was putting pressure, he was hopping on one leg, changing direction, working on that explosiveness. I think it was like a 15, 10-yard drill. He hopped on one leg half the way, exploded, turned around, exploded back up the field. He looked like he was ready to go. Somebody, as a matter of fact, he was at some community event, and they were like, hey, are you ready to go yet, Kyle? He was like, oh, yeah, I'm ready yesterday. They said, so what's your outlook on this year's season? He said, to be continued. I'm like, oh, all right, to be continued, Kyle? Do what you feel like you need to do, Bo. Keyline with the first Superman chat of the night. He says, what does a successful season look like for Bijan? I say 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, Keyline. I am more than happy with that. I'm be honest with you, rookie season. I mean, we know that he's in the perfect situation for a rookie running back, but I'm looking more for impact than actual stats, if that makes sense. Like, so if he can make some really, really big plays, and after they happen, we look at each other and be like, I don't think anybody else on the roster could have done that. To justify us taking them as high as we took them, I'm happy. So let's say he gets 700 yards, but those 700 yards were legit yards. He didn't get as many carries, but he got 700. Like, he had a couple of 50, 60 yard, explosive plays, and he ended up with 400 receiving yards. I'm more than happy with that. But I can't really go off of the stats, Coach. I can't. It's one of those things, especially in today's NFL. Hopefully, hopeful says year 3, Bo. Everything is coming together this year. Love your show, Big Low. Well, I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Much love to your family. Everything's working. Everything's coming together, man. It's like that Lil Wayne song. Let it all work out, man. Matt Time Dirty said he's seen it, but yeah, Kyle Pitts is looking like he's legit ready to go. Let's see here, Coach J. I appreciate the reminder, Coach Dre. I appreciate that reminder. It says Will Amy says that boy Clark Phillips starting that slot quarterback. Hey, we're gonna see. It's gonna be, because don't forget, you got Hughes out there. You got Glow Alford. He's trying to get his glow on. So I mean, that's crazy. Molly Mall says Bijan will have 3 touchdowns against the Saints this year. In one game. That's it. That's what Molly Mall says. DWD Sports says I'll be at the first training camp. So they do meet and greets and all that. Hopefully I could get autographs. Oh yeah. So normally after the practice session, they'll come down there to the bottom of the hill and do some autographs and shake some hands and kiss some babies. If y'all cool with them kissing your babies, but yeah, you could definitely get some autographs, man. Bobby Murphy says, y'all know my Eagles will win the NFC. Come on, man. I mean, the Philadelphia Bulldogs, Bobby. That's what we call them down here, the Philadelphia Bulldogs. We gonna see. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. As a matter of fact, Bobby, I'm gonna tell you something. You were asking that question about Desmond Ritter. It's ironic because in the shower, and I hope whenever I say this, y'all aren't picturing me in the shower and all of my shining glory and everything. But basically, in the shower, I was thinking about Desmond Ritter, and I was like, man, he's gonna prove a whole bunch of people wrong. And I was thinking that there's some people who's doubting him, and I was like, man, it's one of those situations where people like Uncle Steve. He always think he can sing and everything. People like Uncle Steve, he's gonna be somewhere, probably sitting on the beach on a piece of driftwood, all by himself. I must have been crazy to say that it was over. I had to be a fool to yell out we were through. Now I'm all lonely and feeling down in. You're going to be singing that thing, Bo. I can't sleep, Desmond. I can't eat, Desmond. Without you as my quarterback. I can't go on, Desmond. This is my song, Desmond. He's going to be singing that thing because Desmond Ritter is going to prove a whole bunch of people wrong this year. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all all seen that it's one of those situations where, they've been releasing the top 10 at every position. The Falcons aren't at anything. If I'm not mistaken, is Chris Lindstrom listed as one of the top 10 guards? He definitely should be. I know that everybody was going crazy because Grady Jarrett wasn't listed as the top 10 defensive tackle. He definitely should be. I know a lot of people were going crazy because A.J. Terrell wasn't listed as a top 10 cornerback. He definitely should be. What in the world, bro? Like, this is where we're at now. It's one of those situations where the Atlanta Falcons just have to prove people. They have to prove to people what they actually are. What did Angela Bassett say in Black Panther? Show them who you are. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. That's what Desmond Ritter got to do. Millie Mills, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Well, Amy said he's going to be in the Benz for week 12, too. Whenever we whip up on them Saints. Going to kick them boys in between the wash machine and the dryer. This is my song, Desmond. Oh, okay. Ray Fitz said, yeah, okay, he's the number. I've been to say now. They didn't have Chris Lindstrom listed as one of the top 10 guards. We legit got a problem. Bubba Gump says Mercedes-Benz was done living in the swamp, so they came to the real estate. Right there on the edge of Lake Pontchartrain. You know, that's where the Pontchartrain Crawdads is at. You know, the minor league baseball team, the Triple B baseball team, Pontchartrain Crawdads. Justin Farmer, what in the world, Bo? Hope you doing good tonight. Jerry G says, never forget, I get some cool Falcons fans on here. No pun intended. I hear you, Bo. I hear you. Shaka Zulu says, low love flying under the radar. Sneak up on them and punch them. That's it, Bo. That's it. We look. They want to sleep on us. Sleep on us. They want to sleep on us. Sleep on us. So I got a quick question for you, because Coach Roney, owner GM Coach Roney, she said make sure you hit that like button. But you know, I like to have ulterior motives to hitting the like button. I might have to. I think I got some ulterior motives for hitting that like button. If you feel like the Atlanta Falcons are going to have a better year this year than last year, and you need a way to express it, you can't tell ESPN, but they ain't going to listen to you. Fox Sports, Shannon Sharp, he gone. They ain't going to listen to you. Colin Cowherd, he too busy getting naked for Patrick Mahomes. He ain't going to listen to you. If you need a way to express it, you can do that by hitting that like button. I would definitely and greatly appreciate that, man. Justin Farmer's in here. He says, Falcons fan for life. Hashtag Atlanta gang. You already know what time it is, man. You already know. Jerry, he says, still in first place. If I'm not mistaken, I think my big brother, Big Q, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's live right now. And, you know, he's over there getting naked talking about why the Saints are going to win the division this year. Boy, them boys, oh boy, they go have their feelings hurt, bro. They gonna have their feelings. Shouts out to my big brother, Big Q. Okay, yeah. As a matter of fact, he just got off a live. Looks like he did like a premiere. But the title of his video is Jake DeLone says that the Saints have an upper hand in the NFC South. Like, what? Come on, bro. What in the world, bro? This is where we at now. We listen to Jake DeLone. How much money they had to pay Jake DeLone to tell? How much money they had to pay Jake DeLone to say that? Because I know good and well Jake DeLone don't believe that. If he do, I feel sorry for Jake DeLone. He got hit too many times. Well, Amy says, who that are going to be on the couch next year? Oh, man. Phi Beta Hitter says, Carolina taking the division this year for sure. I mean, look, it's one of those situations where, and see, this is the beauty about the coaching staff, because the coaching staff aren't just Atlanta Falcons fans. You know, we got Eagles fans, we got Saints fans, we got Panthers fans, we got Tampa Bay fans, we got fans from all walks of life that are part of the coaching staff. Because at the end of the day, we're just talking about ball, right? You know, I talk about my Falcons because, you know, I represent that A all day. Y'all already know what time it is. But it's one of those cases where it's like, it's looking like pretty soon, we're going to have to do an NFC South roundtable. Just so everybody in the division, in the NFC South, knows what everybody else is up to. At the end of the day, that's why we do it. We get together because I want Panthers fans to know, hey, I'm gonna tell you that we're gonna hit you in the mouth before we hit you in the mouth. Saints fans, I said, hey, you see that washing machine and dryer over there? Yeah, those two right there, that washing machine, that dryer. We finna kick you in between that. You can ask Jared. I've been telling Jerry and Molly Ma, I've been telling them for the last 2 years. I said, hey, we finna come for you this year, Bo. You know, tomorrow we finna kick you in between the white and what happens? Most of the time. It happens most of the time. Most of the time. Coach 95 North in here. Coach Birdo, much love to you, Bo. Shouts out to Birdo. Congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers, Bo. Congratulations. Shouts out to Birdo. But he says any oxtails left. So for everybody who doesn't know, if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Big Low Kuntry. On Friday, you know, it was a slow day at work. So what did I do? I threw on some oxtails. I threw them joints on. Then I braised them. By the time I braised them, you know, before I braised them things were looking like candy. You know that strawberry candy that used to come in a wrapper that looked like a strawberry? That's how red them jokers were looking, bro. They was looking good on there. Then I took them out. You know, I can't tell you what I put on there whenever I braised them. But all I can tell you is this right here. Them jokers were falling apart. I tried to pick them up with the tongs. I picked them up. They were falling apart, man. Gotta love it, bro. Love it, man. DW Sports is ready for the Falcons to sweep the Aints this year. Rise the free cup. That's it, bro. You already know what time it is. You already know. Live fast. Die Young says, I'm excited for Clark Phillips. I heard he's expected to start at nickel day one. I mean, he has the talent to do so. I could legit see him starting that nickel cornerback, you know. But like I said, it's going to be a battle. I don't think that they're just going to give it to him because you still got Robert Alford, you got Hughes, you know, and I mean that's a very, very deep secondary, deeper than we've had for a very, very long time, for a very, very long time. So I mean, we're going to see. Oh yeah, man, them oxtails was hitting, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah. I think Tampa Bay pretty much done. You know, in the words of 112, it's over now. You think that I didn't know what's going on, 'cause you always home alone. Y'all know that. The young Thundercats don't know that about that, boy. Coach Rona says she thinks it's about time for she said that she loves the NFL. Oh man, we have a great time, man. Shouts out to Panthers Nation Podcast, Rashard and Dave. Shouts out to Big Game James and Big Game Sports Buzz representing Tampa Bay, and shouts out to my homeboy Big Q representing the Saints, man. We have a great time. Fort Fanatic says, will you be at the game August the 18th? Yes, I will definitely be there, Coach. We'll be there live in full effect. I'm going to be there with bells on. We're going to have a great time, man. We're going to have a great time. Just the Farmer says, Falcons should be pretty good offensively. You have Kyle Pitts and Drake London in the slot. And you can also run Patterson in the slot. Bijan, that's pretty good. Yeah. Then don't forget about Mac Hollins, who's a great possession receiver. And don't forget about Scotty Miller. He's a burner. Like he can pick him up and put him down. So I feel like you're good at every level. And you know, I feel like the pass game is going to be a luxury because we're going to be even better at the run game this year, because one name that everybody's kind of forgetting about is Matthew Bergeron. He's going to be an upgrade at that left guard position over Matt. I like to drink Hennessy while I play football. Raymond Collins says, who talking about oxtail? Oh man, bro, we was throwing down, bro. On Friday, man, it was going down like there was a whale in the boat, bro. Going down like there was a whale in the boat. About whatever in here. What in the world, Bo? Mike Jinx says, what in the world, Bo? Just speaking big. Hey, I appreciate you, Mike. Much love to you. Glad to see you. That's that dun-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Much love to you, Bo. I appreciate you coming on and chopping it up with us tonight. Jay Lasorda says the Falcons are at plus 200 to win the NFC South. Yeah, I seen that. Mike Jick also said, oh, and can't forget hashtag fly Eagles fly. I mean, fly Bulldogs fly. You know, we We know where you getting all that talent from, Bo. We know where you getting all that talent from. Justin Farmer says, so really we have a lot of reviving options to while others think that we're thin at that position. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, let them keep sleeping, Bo. Let them keep sleeping. Larry's mom says, "Hey, Lo, how are you? Let's go." The hell with the Aints and the Bucks and the kids. Hey, shouts out to Lyrics mom, Coach Kiera, man. Much love to Coach. Yeah, man. Yeah, we finna bring it to their front though. Finna bring it to their front though. And and the thing is that that's why I was saying, because as good as and I'm not gonna just get naked and say as good as the offense looked um last year, those last 4 games, but I think we can all agree that the offense looked better because you had other options, right? I mean, I don't know about y'all, but back whenever I was going to school, I was in high school, everybody peeped out everybody tennis shoes. And some people didn't have many options of tennis shoes as other people. So the people who just had one pair of tennis shoes to wear, the people who just had one pair of tennis shoes to wear, number one, those tennis shoes got wore out real fast. They got wore out real quick. Number two, it's like your clothes, your outfit ain't gonna look as good with that one pair of tennis shoes. That's why you gotta have a couple of different pairs of shoes where you can kind of change the game up. Now, I'm gonna let y'all know after my sophomore year, old dog started dressing a little bit then, but I had to keep a pair of icy white sneaks, Reebok Classics, Air Force Ones. Then after that, you had a couple of J's, it had a couple other things. But that main thing that you have the icy white sneaks, the icy white Air Force Ones, you good to go. That's how this Atlanta Falcons offense is. The icy white sneaks, the icy white Air Force Ones, Reebok Classics, that's your running game. Now, if we want to spice things up a little bit, we can. We throw on some J's. You can throw on your ones. You can throw on your 12s. You can throw on your 8s, and then go out here and get a little bit saucy on them. You might even go, get some phone posits or something. Go outlandish. Run a reverse or something like that. But you got options. You got different things that you can do. That's why I'm so excited that Kyle Pitts looked as good as he did in that video. Coach, I came running through the house. Coach, what's wrong with you? I said, you see this young Thundercat, Kyle Pitts? He looked like he's going to be running on the rainbow soon, Coach Roney. He said, boy, you need to stop. I said, I'm telling you, he's looking like he's going to be running on the rainbow. Number 1 tight end in fantasy. Come on. We know who that's probably going to be, Travis Kelce. But anyway, he's going to be killing it in fantasy. Because I was just looking at some of his, his previous plays over the last 2 years. There were so many times I could almost guarantee you guys that Kyle Pitts left 400 or 500 yards on the field. I never forget the game. I believe it was against Buffalo, where he caught the pass down the left sideline, broke a tackle, tried to cut back inside. He was gone. Somebody just grabbed his hip, brought him down. I was like, he ain't got the grown man strength yet. He's still a young Thundercat. Try that with him now. I can almost guarantee you he's still running. He'll still be running right now. I can almost guarantee you. He left a lot of yards on the field. Then you look at Marcus Mariota last year, who, he just, I don't know who that man was throwing to. But it was one of those situations where, he made Kyle Pitts look so bad. And first of all, it's hard to make Kyle Pitts look bad. I'm not even going to say that. Marcus Mariota made himself look bad. And Marcus Mariota was so bad that people are questioning the fact that Kyle Pitts is a bust. And I want to ask y'all in the chat, because we hadn't talked in the last 2 weeks, what y'all think in the comments. If you feel like Kyle Pitts is a bust, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where this young Thundercat is absolutely not a bust, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking. I just want to make sure we're on the same page before I pull this soapbox out the closet and stand on it, because this right here don't make no sense, Bo. They talk about this young Thundercat as a bust. I'm sitting here like, what in the world? Mandy says, what in the world, Bo? Glad to finally catch you and Coach Roney live. Rise up. Can't wait for the season. It's been a long time. Coach Mandy. It's been a long time. Long time coming, but I know football gonna come. Oh, yes, it is. It's been a long time, Coach, man, but we almost there. We almost there, Coach. Morgan Hughes in here says Falcons got the best personnel out of their division. Akuda, Robinson, Patterson, Algier, Bates, London, Pitts, Heineke, Lindstrom, Campbell, Jarrett, Terrell, Dupree, Ellis. I mean, what else? What else you need? Yeah, we got Campbell. I mean, come on. Come on. What else you need? Ebiketti, Troy Anderson. What else you need? We got the best. We got the best personnel this year. I mean, I don't think everybody else sees it, but it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Let's see. About whatever says they should have let Hawkins take snaps at that nickel or box corner, so they don't waste them on the bench. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those situations where, I mean, he's just going to be good depth because think about it. He had so much starting experience last year. That's actually a luxury. If you had a guy who's had starting experience and he's going back down to the bench, that's a whole lot better than a guy who's never played on the field or gets a limited amount of time on the field, and then something happens to one of your starters, then you just throw them in there. I think that's the biggest difference between this team now and in the past. Like we're looking and we can actually afford to upgrade positions. I mean, that's the way I'm kind of looking at it. Steve says, is there a psychological advantage for the team that spend the last two preseason games, then their first regular season game at home for a team with new faces? That's a great bonding opportunities. You know that's another great point, Coach Uncle Steve. I can't knock you on that. You got your two preseason games at home, your last two preseason games, and then you get a chance to whip up on the Carolina Panthers at home. That's definitely a good advantage. Good advantage. And hopefully everybody comes to the bins, show up, show out, make some noise. Don't care about what the people behind you thinking. Because I'm gonna be there, banging on my chest, making a whole. I'm probably gonna have some signs. And I'm gonna be acting a fool like a early 2000s Ludacris song. I'm gonna be going in, bro. Gonna be going in. Let's see here. Coach Wallace is in here. Much love to Coach Wallace. He says, "What's going on with you, Coach Big Low? Is that yes, sir? It's about that time. Yes, sir. It's that time. It's that time. Definitely been looking forward to it." Coach Padre says, "Mall to mall aren't the Saints a pair of pro kids or some British Knights or something like that?" Oh my god, I can't with y'all. Keyline says we need Black Air Force One energy on this field. Then see y'all. As a matter of fact, I was looking at a video of man, who was that? I think it was Coach Jack Spade at Rolling Loud. I seen somebody was performing, if I'm not mistaken, and they had on some Black Air Force Ones. I was like, don't trust them. Don't trust them. Oh man. Molly Miles says, Big Low, there's rumors you had on Filas at a genuine chain on in high school. Well, I've been telling you something. Molly Miles, I actually always wanted a pair of the Grant Hill tubes. I always wanted a pair of those Fila Grant Hill tubes. And I was actually thinking about getting a pair of them the other day. I seen them online. And I was like, man, people gonna be picking on me. I get these things, but I was thinking about getting them. I still might do it. Coach Dre, he says 2. Millie Mills says 2. Will Cotton says 2. Uncle Steve says 2. They all agree that Kyle Pitts is not a bust. It was the guy that everybody was getting naked for, hoping that he would do something. And Marcus Mariota, boy, I can't. Boy, if I run across Marcus Mariota, boy, I'm telling y'all, it ain't gonna be pretty, boy. Ben Quavius, Bubba Gump, Fix, Coach Padre, they all say that Kyle Pitts isn't a bust. They all agree that it was the Marcus Mariota energy. Travis Charter says too, but we run the ball now. So how's it going to be? How's it going to be that great at receiving? I mean, I hear you. I mean, you still gonna have to throw the ball though. That's the thing. It's like you can't just run the ball. It's like running 16 times in a row against the Cleveland Browns. That's an anomaly. Like that's not something that's gonna be a norm. You still got to throw that thing. You got to air that thing out there at 90. Body Baggins in here said, bust is crazy. Yes, I agree with you, Bo. I agree with you. Amada Mall says, Padre, we're the Air Force One. Come on, man. The fake ones. Amada Mall, the Air Force Ones, where, you wear it to the bowling alley on the glow of the dark nights, and whenever they turn the blue lights on, the bottom of them be glowing because they fake. Or they be faded glowing because they fake. That's Miles Mall and the Saints. They them fake Air Force One. JT says 2. Keelan says 2. Kyle Pitts wasn't even injured. He just got tired. They just got tired of playing with Marcus Mariota. Bobby Murphy says, we signed Marcus Mariota as a backup. Hopefully, he never sees the field. Man, let me tell you something. Y'all got Marcus Mariota now. I don't know what to say about that. I remember when they announced that he was going to the Eagles. I was like, man, I hate that they put Jalen Hurts in that situation. Like, oh boy, I can't stand that. I can't stand Marcus Mariota, boy. I don't like it with a passion. If I run across him, it's gonna be on sight. Whatever I'm holding in my hand, I'm just gonna throw at him. Steal on him. I'm telling you, I'm gonna steal on him. If I see Marcus Mariota, it's gonna be me and him, Bo. I ain't lying to you. Slim in here, because Marcus Mariota showed out for the quarterback series and got the big head and then blew his opportunity. See, I didn't even watch it because I can't even deal with Marcus Mariota. I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even watch it because I'm sitting here like, man, see, if I watch this, the next thing you know, I'm gonna be catching a flight to Philadelphia, getting me a Philly cheesesteak, and see what I can do. But I'm telling you, I don't know. Shaka says, 2 says he's gonna have a chip on his shoulders. Shut him up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Mandy agrees. So it looks like everybody's agreeing, saying that, hey, Kyle Pitts isn't a bust. Coach Wilder says, 2, come on. Pitts is nowhere near being a bust. Sterling Woods. He also says 2, Justin Swisher. But see, the thing is that I guess it's one of those situations where people have like these high and lofty expectations because you'll have a guy, I mean, let's say like a Travis Kelce, who's catching 4 touchdowns in a game. If I'm not mistaken, the same amount of touchdowns that Kyle Pitts has caught the course of his career so far. Travis Kelce catching 4 touchdowns in a game. They're like, well, wait a minute. Kyle Pitts was taking, 8th overall, if I'm not mistaken? Why is he doing that? It's all about football. It's just like life, Bo. It's all about the circumstances that you're given. It's all about the circumstances that you're in. You can't just sit up here and say, oh, yeah, he should be catching 4 touchdowns a game. Nah, it ain't like that. D. Lawton, he also agrees. He said he thinks it's one of those situations where, Kyle Pitts isn't a bust. Jerry said, hey, look, man, I'm just happy that football's back. You already know, man. You already know. Molly Moss says, Padre, y'all about to pull a Carly Russell. Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Y'all know y'all ain't bring Carly Russell into this thing. I know good and well y'all ain't do that. Stefan Moses said, what's up, Big Low? What in the world? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good tonight, fam. Hope you're doing good tonight. So, now moving forward, because we're talking about how we're ready for training camp, and we're ready to see how this offense comes along, and we're ready. Well, I ain't gonna say we, because I'm talking like I got a mouse in my pocket. So I'm talking about how I'm ready to see how this offense comes along with competent quarterback play, and I'm ready to see how this defense comes along with upgraded personnel. I wanted to ask the coaching staff, because this is the coaches meeting, right? What are y'all ready for? Like what are y'all ready to see with this in training camp, or not just training camp, with this new Atlanta Falcons team? Because we know every year a team, they transition. Either they're going up or they're going down. But I really feel like this team is like legit a completely different team. For example, the 2016 Atlanta Falcons team that went to the Super Bowl and that 2017 team, they were different, right? But this team is like completely different from 2022. So, I mean, what are y'all ready to see with this Atlanta Falcons team? Regina says, hello from Carroll County. Let's go. What's going on, Regina? Hope you doing good tonight, my family. Look, I do need y'all to make sure, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world bow in the comments. Also, make sure that you hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet. If you're ready for football to come back, make sure that you hit that like button. And also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, just so you could keep up with us in the future. Make sure that you do it. Molly Mall says, I'm ready to see the Falcons whip up on the Saints. That's what Molly Mall says. Lisa Shepard saying, what's going on, Coach Lisa? Hope you're doing good tonight, family. What are you ready to see this upcoming season from our new Atlanta Falcons? That's the question that we're asking the coaching staff right now. Coach Waller says, Coach Lowe, even London's numbers went down with Mariota as the quarterback, and they got better when Ritter. You're completely right, Coach. I mean, we seen those last 4 games. London, he took step after step after step. Desmond Ritter also took step after step after step. So, I mean, those are things that we have to keep in mind. Hopefully says we're going to surprise a lot of people. I seriously think we get 15 wins. We get 15 wins, Bo. It's going to be a great day in Atlanta. I'm hoping we get 15 wins. Ray 50 says, I'm ready to see the secondary. Akuda, Terrell, Bates, and Richie Grant. I mean, everybody sounds like Clark Phillips is the camp favorite right now. Every year you had the camp favorites. Sounds like it's Clark Phillips already. Jay Lasorda says the highlights on ESPN about to be hard. Hey, Bo, it's gonna be fun to watch. You know what I'm looking forward to? Another thing I'm looking forward to whenever they have these segments, like, oh man, this team came out of the woodwork. These Atlanta Falcons, they're completely different from who they were the year before. And I'm sitting here like, I tried to tell you. Everybody in Atlanta tried to tell you, but y'all didn't want to listen. We tried to tell you, but y'all didn't want to hurt us. DSGB Hall says, what in the world, Bo? I'm ready to see this defense. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Bo. Jerry G, he hating. He got that hate in his heart with Molly Mall, boy. I tell you, I don't know. Justin Farmer says 2016 versus the 2023 Falcons. Who you got? I can't really say yet because I got to see what these 2023 Falcons looking like first. So ask me that question in January or February. Ask me that question then, and then I can tell you. But so far we don't know what we got. I mean, I think that defense might be better than that 2016 Atlanta Falcons team, but we know that offense in 2016 was legendary. Like that was one of the best offenses in NFL history. So I mean, we're gonna see, and who's to say that we don't do this in 2023? Keelan says, I'm ready to see someone get double-digit sacks. John Abraham was a decade and a half, man. Boy, that is true. Last time we had double-digit sacks since Vic Beasley is in situations where we're not blowing teams out by the second quarter. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Mr. CDX Live says, what in the world, Bo? Hashtag move the chain game. Much love to my homie, man. Hope you're doing good tonight, brother. Hope you're doing good tonight. About whatever says, what that Pitts and Ritter connection look like. man, I sit up at night, right? I know I'm an insurance adjuster, so I'm always thinking about numbers, and it's this thing about whole numbers and not fractions and like the significance of numbers that like kind of get me, right? So I was sitting there like, man, Desmond Ritter to Drake London, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. You add 9 and 5 together, that equals 14. Divide that by 2, what does that equal? That equals 7. I was like, oh my goodness, it's something that's meant to be. Then you add Bijan Robinson in there. He is number 7 himself. You give the ball to number 7 and get 7. Add all three of those numbers together, what does that equal? 21. Divided by 3, you get 7. Mind you, this is like 3:45 in the morning. Then I was like, man, you put Kyle Pitts in there. Oh man, now that don't equal 7. It's not a whole number, but doggone boy, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Desmond Ritter. That could be a nucleus for years to come. That could be kind of like what you had in San Diego back in the day with Phillip Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, Keenan Allen, whenever he came along, like you could legit have something like that for years to come. A young offense that's capable of doing some really, really good things. But man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm definitely ready for it. Coach Wallace says I'm ready to see the battle at the left guard with Hennessy and Bergeron to see who wins the job. Hey, I'm not mad at that, Coach. Because we know that Coach Arthur Smith, he don't necessarily believe in putting rookies out there day one. He don't believe in just giving rookies a job. D. Law says, great win for the Braves today. Hey, man, them Braves are doing their thing. They doing their thing. I love it. I love it. Jerry, that's something that me and Jerry can agree on. We can't agree on football, but we both love them Braves. Wait a minute, Brock Bowers. It'll be great, but I think with as loaded as this tight end room is right now, I don't think Brock Bowers would legit be the move. Coach Water says, I'm ready to see. Oh, okay, yeah, I read that one. J Miles in here. What in the world, J Miles? Hope you doing good, bro. Hope you doing good tonight, man. Regina says the new defensive OC and how he calls the game. Yes, I am definitely excited about Ryan Nielsen. If y'all haven't, make sure that you go watch the video on the channel. We're talking about Ryan Nielsen, and we actually tracked him back to his days in North Carolina State. You know, whenever he coached up the Mario Williamses of the world, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Bradley Chubbs. But we went and checked him out, and he had me fired up, and I was looking for a wall to run through just watching that film. So y'all make sure that y'all check it out. Let's see. Mr. CDI says, Black Glove Matt. Everybody scored. Man, Black Glove Matt was different, bro. But whatever says, we need that one corner who hit ML like Dante Robinson used to. You got him in AJ Terrell. AJ don't have no regard for his body. He be coming down like he a safety. I'm like, AJ, you better calm down, bro. We need you to play the corner. You come down here like you a linebacker or something. Chill out, man. Ghost Pepper says, what in the world, Bo? He says, what are your thoughts about Caleb Huntley being on the pup? I think this is one of those situations where they're just trying to make sure that they keep that spot open. I mean, you look at the way that he ran the ball last year, he's obviously, he could obviously be an addition to the team. But look, I'm not mad at having 4 running backs. Like if it's a situation where we can keep them and they don't have to put them on the practice squad and nobody picks them up, I am more than happy with Caleb Huntley, running the ball late in games. Give them the ball in the third quarter to kind of wear these guys out. I'm more than happy with that. Dre says, I'm ready for this team to show up and show out and put all this freaking hate people have in their freaking hearts for our team to bed, a.k.a. to rest, beloved. Hello. I ain't mad at you, Bo. Millie Mill says, Low, I just want to see your players like Calais, Dupree, Okuda, Hughes still got some in the tank or not. The growth of Troy Anderson and see what the hype is about Caden Ellis. Man, look, everybody's coming with some really, really good things that they want to see this year. Shaka Zulu says, you heard it here first. Top 10 offense, top 15 defense. Dun, da, da. That's a Superman chat. He said top 10 offense, top 15 defense. Man, boy, if we get that, I am more than happy. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't win the division. Regina said, run it down their throats. That's what I'm talking about, Regina. That's what I'm talking about. Johnson Rozier said, I'm excited to see the team as a whole unit. Coach Lisa says, I'm excited to see this new look defense too. Let's go. I mean, everybody is coming with the zingers tonight. Bubba Gum says Beasley, one trick pony, 1 year wonder. Yeah, man, it's almost like if Uncle Steve were to put out a good single, that's what it would be like. If Uncle Steve would make a song and he put out a good single, that would be him. One hit wonder. That's why he needs Southern Silk. I said, Uncle Steve, you need Southern Silk. I know you're trying to go on, do your own thing, but you need Southern Silk. But yeah, I mean, so I'm sitting here thinking, Coach Lee said, we'll definitely be at training camp, Coach Lee. So we're gonna be there with bells on. As a matter of fact, I was gonna try to come to your store yesterday, but I ain't have time to make it. I was gonna try to get me some new gear, try to get a little bit of new gear there. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of something else. Somebody mentioned Caden Ellis earlier. One thing that I noticed is that they had him as the Mike linebacker. We know that in those A and B gaps last year, no, it wasn't A. It was actually that Will linebacker with Michael Walker. We had a few problems. I believe we're going to be running a lot of those sub packages with two linebackers on the field, and I believe it's going to be Caden Ellis and Troy Anderson. I'm really excited to see what this linebacker core is going to do, because during the offseason, I was looking for us to get multiple linebackers because I think everybody's kind of lost faith in Michael Walker. But if Caden Ellis is what I'm thinking that he can be, along with the Troy Anderson, I really feel like we'll be good at linebacker for the next 3 or 4 years. Honestly, I think that we should be good to go. I know Michael Walker. I mean, not Michael Walker, but Caden Ellis. He's trying to submit his own legacy and be a full-time starter moving forward. And he went to the perfect situation with his former defensive coordinator. So that's one thing that I'm excited about too. Coach Ghost Pepper says, Coach Lowe, with Avery Williams going down and the way Smith is going to use Bijan and CP in the slot and downfield, I figured Huntley could still be, and I agree with you on that. I feel like Huntley can still be around too, because I don't see Bijan getting 20 carries a game. I just don't see it. Not with Tyler Algier being back there as well, and you still got CP and you got Caleb Huntley, and I'm going to tell y'all something. Jonnu Smith is going to get some carries in goal line situations. Archie Smith's already setting that up. Mr. CDS said, I'll take that. Rise up. Yes. Judy says, I want to see us run up the score on some folks. I want to see us run up the score specifically on the New Orleans Saints. That's what I want to see. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely see 4 running backs, Coach Ghost Peppers. I could definitely see it. Ayan Patel, what's going on, Coach? Hope you're doing good. He said, what did you eat, Big Low? Well, on Friday we smoked some oxtails. But today, we just kind of kept it simple, and I know we ordered a little bit of Chinese, so I had some chicken wings. It wasn't nothing too special. Marcus Bell says, what in the world, Bo? Watch out for Dorian Etheridge. Yes, that's a dark horse of the linebackers. He's a thunder like Evans. Hey, that's a great name. That's somebody that everybody keeps forgetting about. Lisa says, there is an ain't in the chat. Why? Nothing going in on Aintville. Oh my goodness. JD asks, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, fam? Hope you're doing good tonight. Hope you're doing good tonight. Trans Uno says, think we'll go after Caleb Williams if Ritter doesn't do well. I definitely think it's a possibility. And that I'm actually glad that you asked that question, Trans, because so let's say Desmond Ritter doesn't do well. I mean, I think it's a possibility we could go after Caleb Williams, but it depends on how bad we do. Because I mean, don't forget Taylor Heineke is still there. Like you they could very well say, hey, Taylor Heineke is going to be the starter next year. We know that Arthur Smith, he's not one of those guys who like particularly gets naked for big name quarterbacks. Ryan Tannehill, I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and roll with that. So I mean, Desmond Ritter, if he doesn't just do what he needs to do and he's consistently making mistakes, then we might roll with Heineke. Or if it's one of those cases where it's like we're in a perfect situation, we got enough draft capital, and let's say we're top five, we could very well move up for Caleb Williams. If that happens, there should be no excuses moving forward. Why we shouldn't be winning some games, and if it's one of those cases where we can't win games, then we might have to make some moves moving forward. Aeon says, how many wins do I think the Falcons are going to get? I'm going for it. I'm going from 11 to 13. That's what I'm going. I'm going 11 to 13. I definitely believe we'll get double-digit wins. Tony Wright, he had a chance to get some Wi-Fi on his private jet, flying to Columbia with Julio Jones. Shouts out to him, man. Much love to you, Tony Wright. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Just as far as it getting there. Padre says, Coach, I can't wait to see Bijan knock those dumb curls out of Kel. He says, Coach, I can't wait to see Bijan knock those dumb curls out of Kel Jordan's mustache. Hello. I hang up and listen. What in the world? Knock the curls out the man's butt. Why you want to knock the curls out the man's mustache, Coach? Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. I'm mad the fact that you've been looking at that man's mustache long enough to recognize that he got a curly mustache, Coach. What in the world? You been looking at that man's mustache that long that you know he's curly? Come on, Coach. What in the world, Bo? Curly mustache. I don't know, Bo. But whatever it says, I said it first, even before the schedule came out. He says 15 to 13 wins this year and a Super Bowl bid. Okay. I'm not mad at that, Bo. I'm not mad at that. Lisa says, we must improve our red zone production, offensively and defensively, right? And that's going to come with your improved quarterback play, right? So once you're in a situation where you're getting those 6 points instead of those 3, it takes a little bit more pressure off of your defense. So whenever your defense is in the red zone, they can take a few more chances because they have faith that their offense has a chance to, score and keep them in favorable situations, because there's nothing scarier. There's nothing more scarier than an offense that just can't do nothing for you, and it's like that defense just starts getting desperate. They start getting desperate, and it's like, well, we don't want to gamble too much, so we're just going to play it safe. And I mean, on the football field, people play it safe. It's like, what do you do with that? Body Bagnums, he says he don't think Arthur Smith is that guy. I mean, well, look, I think this year is going to be a huge indicator on whether or not he is. Coach Padre said, man looks like Robin Hood in the face. What in the world, Bo? Robin Hood men in tights? Like, what in the Robin Hood men in tights we got going on? Dre Burby says, Alicia Shepard, for sure, and for sure, touchdowns instead of field goals. Yes, we're going for 6, not 3. Going for 6, not 3. About whatever says we need a 3 to 5 defense and a top 3 offense this year. Man, if you get those, there ain't no excuse for you not to go to the Super Bowl. Mom says the only thing the Falcons improving is that fake noise being pumped in their state. See, Mom, see the hate in your heart is real. I mean, it's like you come on, Mom, come on now. Don't nobody knock, don't nobody knock the Little Caesar Superdome. You know, I go in there and I get all the cheesy bread that I want. But I ain't saying that. I ain't saying nothing about that. I ain't saying nothing about the fact that every time y'all get a first down, only thing you hear is pizza, pizza. I ain't saying nothing about that, Ponder Mall. I ain't saying nothing about that. I ain't saying nothing about, the only wings that they have are the Caesar flavored wings. You don't know what flavor it is. Like, are these hot wings? Are these roasted wings or what? Don't nobody know. See, you gotta get that hate out your heart, Mother Ball. See, ain't nobody talking about the Little Caesar Superdome. So you could leave the real Mercedes-Benz Stadium alone. We ain't doing that, Mother Ball. Keep the hate out your heart. Oh man, Justin Farmer says, "What do you mean that Arthur Smith isn't that guy? We had the worst roster in the league the past 2 years. We managed to get 7 wins. Not any coach could just do that, and that's the thing. But the question is though, is that with the talent, so we know what he did. He didn't have the best talent, especially last year or the year before that. It's like, we had man, what's the guy's name? Means. We had Means rushing. I mean, he just celebrated other people's victories. He was a cheerleader on the field. But it's like it's a situation where the pass catchers were terrible. The first year that we had them. So it's like the question is, what is he able to do with a competent roster, right? So once again, I'm not the kind of person to be like, hey man, we know what's gonna happen. We got to see it. Show me the baby. If we're a fifth, we'd all be drunk, bro. Tony Wright says, "Low, no disrespect, but I'm going to let everyone of the Falcons fans have it when Desmond Ritter balls out. As the Falcons fans need to stop with wanting the next Michael Vick. I agree with you, bro. That time has come and gone. That time has come and gone, right? The time of my life whenever I felt like I was the flyest, you know what? I used to drive a Cadillac CTS. It was a pearl white Cadillac CTS. Bought off the showroom floor. I thought I was the man, bro. But guess what? That time is gone. I don't got a Cadillac CTS no more. I'm not that young Thundercat no more. Just walk around with the shirt off and stuff like that. I can't do that no more. So you don't see me going, be like, hey, Coach Ronnie, I need to get a Cadillac CTS, a white one. You don't see me doing that. That time is gone. I moved on in life. That's what Atlanta Falcons fans got to do. Yes, it was a great time with Michael Vick, but we have to move on in life. We can't stay where we were at, hoping that, we could bring that old thing back. You stop listening to Jaheim. Trying to find my way back, way back. We got to let it go, Bo. Oh, man, Justin Farmer says, LOL, someone doesn't pay any attention to football. What in the world? Oh, man. Mandy says, I want to see Arthur Smith play calling. Still not a believer if that roster was on any other team. That's for sure a playoff roster. Okay. That's it. Every time they get a first down, Stephon, pizza. That's what happens every time they get a first down. A telly. Body Bagel says, we could have won more games if Arthur Smith was stubborn. Look, man, we can't focus on the past. The only thing we can worry about is this year and worry about if Arthur Smith learned from his mistakes. That's the only thing we can do. I can talk about Marcus Mariota because Marcus Mariota ain't here no more. I can do that. But Arthur Smith he's still the head coach. And the only thing we can do is hope that it's one of those situations where Arthur Smith learned from his mistakes and we're moving forward and moving on. If not, and he has a couple of more bad seasons, guess what's going to happen? You got to go, Bo. In the words of Maya, I'll be moving on. Move on. You gotta move on, Bo. Oh, man. Body Baggins says, more experience. So if and what? That don't mean he was the best option. Oh, yeah, I guess you talk about Marcus Mariota. Man, I tell you, I don't want to talk about Marcus Mariota because, see, I get in my feelings. I start, singing Drake songs. Tony Wright says, it's not all Falcons fans, but a lot of them, first, they wanted us to spend hundreds of millions of dollars and trade our future draft on Deshaun Watson. That didn't happen. So now it's like, you are where you are. Padre and Malamau, they going at it. He says, y'all will find a reason. Dennis Allen coaching y'all to poverty. What in the world? Dennis Allen coaching them to poverty. That's rough right there, Bo. That's rough. Larry's mom says, why are eights in here? They don't have to worry about Slant Boy and Alvin the felon. Wow. Just as Alvin, pulling the line up messy out there in Vegas. Ain't no need in throwing Alvin under the bus. Ain't no need in doing it. Boss says, Big Low, you sing like Teddy P, brother. Petty P. See, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta keep that hate out your hearts. Pizza. That's all I can say to you, Mama. Pizza. Tony Wright says, then a lot of Falcons fans wanted us to draft Malik Willis, as I was very adamant about doing that because I knew he wasn't a good quarterback. I mean, we see what he's doing in Tennessee. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched the practice. I was like, man, kid, he fast. He can throw the ball. But the question is, what do you do what do you do with live rounds? Whenever, people are trying to stop you. That's the question at the end of the day. Whenever that defense is on the other side of the ball and they're scheming, that defensive coordinator is scheming to stop you. He's watched film on you and he knows what you're capable of doing or what you're not capable of doing. What are you capable of doing then? Like, can you adjust to the situation and find another way to be successful? Or is it a situation where it's like, okay, well, I can only do this, so I'm going to be limited and this whole team is going to be limited? That's the question. Hopefully Hopeful says, hey, man, Desmond is that dude. About whatever says, hey, man, they want to sell the future and get Lamar Jackson. That is true. Quad Sevenson's here. He says, you live or you die on the play of your quarterback. I'm willing to give Arthur a chance to prove his run offense will work, but if it doesn't, Falcons are in trouble. Well, I'm going to tell you something. As a defensive coordinator myself, I was just watching at the open look. I was just watching. I was trying to guess, I was just trying to guess where they were going to go whenever they were running their run fits. I was wrong 40% of the time. Arthur Smith's run game is different. Arthur Smith's run game is different. Like, he anticipates the way defenses think and goes the opposite direction. He zigs whenever defenses zag. And once again, I say, it's like he's great at getting running backs in one-on-one situations. And if you get a Bijan Robinson in a one-on-one situation with a safety, you kiss the baby, Bo. He gone. Coach Wallace says our offense is not going to be the same as it was last year, and we're going to be more balanced in the pass and run. And I completely agree with that. I tell people all the time, like, look, we ran the ball so much last year because we had to. It's not because we wanted to. It's because we had to. Y'all play, for everybody out here who plays Street Fighter, and you play with Ryu or Ken, and all you know how to do is throw fireballs. Shoryuken! That's all you know how to do. You don't know how to do nothing else. So what you gonna do? You better throw a whole bunch of fireballs. Shoryuken! That's all you know how to do. And that's all we could do last year. We could just run the ball because Marcus Mariota wasn't a competent quarterback. I mean, cut and dry, simple and plain, Bo. Fierce ATL ladies in here. What's going on? Hope you're doing good tonight, Coach. Hope you're doing good tonight. ATLGA Faithful's in here. So what it do, all? ATL, let's hunt. You already know, Bo. Getting ready for training camp, man. Everybody's talking about what they're ready to see. And I'm definitely ready myself when it comes to this training camp and preseason and the start of this season. Coach Project says, Molly Mall trying to convince me or yourself why you thinking run me my cheesy bread. I tell you, every time, whenever we was at Little Caesar Superdome, every time they get a first down, pizza. Every time, I'm telling you. Oh man. Lisa says Mariota was overthrowing people who were 6'6". Jeez Louise. 6'6" with 40-inch verticals. I mean, just overthrowing them. It's almost like he was trying to overthrow them. Lisa says, my daddy loved caddies. He said he let me drive. She said he let me drive his in high school and college from time to time. Thinking about it now, that makes me laugh. I was rolling around these ATL streets in my daddy's caddy. Hey, you can't be the good caddy. Can't be the good caddy, Coach Lisa. But see, the thing is, you think about it, and I'm pretty sure your dad think about that caddy. And I don't know if he had the caddy, I don't know if he continued to have Cadillacs, but moving forward, like he probably had a favorite Cadillac. Now it's one of those situations, or later, he probably thought about it and was like, man, that was a good Cadillac. But he ain't trying to go back to it. He ain't trying to go back to it because he knows that you got to move on. You can't live in the past. You can't live in the past. Bubblegum says if Falcons fans still questioning as and the team, they still questioning Arthur Smith and the team, then they need to go find another team. I mean, that's I'm not the person to say, hey, you need to just find another team. Because I feel like everybody expresses frustration in their own way, right? So I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, well, if you don't like it, you need to just find another team. No, you need to just leave then. Like, look, if that's what you want to do, then do it. I don't gotta sit and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you get upset and you don't like what's going on, I ain't gonna tell you to find another team because you support the team the way that you want to support the team. I support the team the way that I want to support the team at the end of the day. So I'm not going to try to bully you and say, hey, you need to just leave. Go find another team. I ain't doing that. But hey, to each his own, Bubba Gump. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Marcus Martin, he couldn't pass. He couldn't pass. He could not pass. Yeah, Marcus, Kyle Pitts, he did it. He got 1,000 yards before, and that's when everybody was bracketing him. That's one thing that's one reason why I was so excited about the season last year for Kyle Pitts. I was like, man, it's like now you got Drake London and you got a few more weapons around you. Arthur Smith going into his second year, they're not going to be able to bracket Kyle Pitts like they did before, and it's like they were trying to get the young man the ball, but I mean, it just they just couldn't get it put together. They just couldn't get it put together. Lisa says, okay, Desmond, Bates, Ellis, Ritter has entered the chat. That ain't better watch out. Desmond, Bates, Ritter? What in the world? Man, Shaka Zulu says, man, Marcus straight threw a pass from his back, and people acting like they don't know why we ran the ball. Come on, keep sleeping. Look at what Coach Smith did when he knew when everybody knew that we were going to run it. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like that running game is different, bro. Like I'm telling you, as a defensive coordinator myself, I was legit saying, okay, they're motioning this way. They're going to run this way. And this is the first look in practice. I'm like, okay, unbalanced this way. Offensive line, very disciplined. They're not leaning one way or the other. I'm like, okay, they're finna run it to that even side. Nope, they go odd. Run fit, straight up hold there. I'm like, this run game crazy. It's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. You pair that with a competent, you don't even have to have a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Burrow kind of passing game. Just a competent pass game. You in there like swimwear, Bo. You in there like swimwear. Morgan U says, have Kyle Pitts. Oh, yes. He can stretch the field out now. He can stretch it. Fran Chisel says, what's good, Big Low? It's been a minute. Hello. What in the world, Bo? Hope all is well. Ready for my Falcons to win the Super Bowl. I can honestly say, hey, I completely agree with you. I completely agree. Morgan U says, this team could have the deadliest offense in football, even if Ritter plays mediocre. My biggest concern is play calling. Call zone runs, triple options all day, then bootleg with Pitts and Bijan. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm definitely not mad at it. We're definitely going to have a good season. Well, look, either way, we're going to have a good time throughout this season. We're going to, be looking and seeing what we can improve on, and the results of games. Where we have our reactions and kind of have our coaches meetings and everything. But leading up to the season, we're going to be having a good time as well. But look, in the meantime, I need y'all to make sure that y'all hit that like button, right? We're going to be coming with some content for you. Also, if this is your first time watching, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I would definitely and greatly appreciate that. Look, I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming on and chopping it up with us tonight. Thank y'all so much. We're going into the final stretch, y'all. Thursday is training camp. I don't know if y'all realize this. Thursday is training camp. July 27th is training camp. If you're excited about training camp, you need a way to express it. Put a 1 in the chat. If you don't care about training camp, or you're a Saints hater, put a 2 in the chat. But if you're excited about training camp, put a 1 in the chat. I would definitely and greatly appreciate that. Quad 7 says everyone hates Mariota, and I get it, but better be careful thinking Ritter is that much better. And I understand that. I completely understand that. I think the thing that the biggest difference for me is that the difference between Desmond Ritter and Marcus Mariota is that in college, like Marcus Mariota ran. I mean, let's be honest. It was a gimmick. It was a gimmicky offense in Oregon with Chip Kelly, and Eagles fans that are in here, they'll tell you whenever Chip Kelly came to the Eagles, they'll tell you themselves that offense didn't work in the NFL. As much as everybody was trying to gas it up, they'll tell you that offense just didn't work. So moving forward, it's one of those cases where it's like Marcus Mariota, yes, in college it worked, but it doesn't work in the pros. Now, Desmond Ritter was running more of a pro-style offense in Cincinnati. Desmond Ritter almost beat that Georgia Bulldogs team in, 2020 or 2021? I think 2021, whenever that defense was really starting to kick things into high gear. Desmond Ritter in that Cincinnati offense with Alec Pierce and a whole bunch of, guys who ended up not making it to the NFL. Meanwhile, it's like a couple of the guys that Marcus Mariota played with ended up coming to the NFL. So it's like, I really believe that it's one of those situations where I feel like Desmond Ritter's game will transfer a little bit better to the pros than Marcus Mariota's. And that's just my opinion. Mike Jenks says, whoa there, Bo. It worked his first year, but then he tore the team all to pieces. I mean, they wasn't running up and down the field like they were in Oregon, though, Mike. That's all I'm saying. I mean, yeah, it worked to a certain extent, but it wasn't like a track meet like it was in Oregon. Trent, Stephon, Ghost Peppers, they all agree. They say, hey, man, we're ready for it. They ready for the season. We ready. Fort Fanatic, Shaka Zulu. Great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Shaka. Quad Sevens, Coach Wallace, Fran Chisel, just ready to see them young Bulls / young Thundercats work. Body Bagum says, bro, I've been watching Falcons for years. I'm not finna do nothing but be right about this guy again. I hear you, Bo. Justin Farmer, Coach Drake, they everybody's excited. They're all ready for the season to come. Regina said Marcus handed the keys to the car. It was his to lose, and he did. Yeah, he showed up. He sort of had the keys over like that car got repoed. Coach Wallace says, Coach Lowe, I don't understand them Because if he know football, Ritter's better than Mariota. Hey, it's one of those. It's one of those things. Everybody has their own opinion. About whatever since in college, Mariota was a bum too. I was upstate, out by Philly, when they got rid of Andy for that gimmicky, that gimmicky high coach that he used to call the radio show "Pissed." I used to laugh myself to sleep. And Mariota won a Heisman, bro. I mean, you can't say Mariota was a bum like that. Oregon offense was legit now. With Marcus, the Michael James. That's what, yeah, the Michael James and the rest of those guys. The Oregon offense was legit, bro. Ball started Falcon, what in the world, bro? Hope you're doing good. Mike Jenks says y'all should trade for Fletcher Cox, so we can go ahead and cut JC and Jordan Davis. Man, Jordan Davis, boy. See, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. See now you touching home. You touching home. Those are dogs. Those are dogs you talking about, Mike. Oh man, the kids ain't gonna be at training camp on Saturday. Well, look, man, look out for me. We know we definitely gonna be there, ready to show up and show out. Ready to show up and show out. Well, look, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming on and chopping it up with us tonight. Thank you so much. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us. Before you head out, make sure that you wipe your feet, hit that like button. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you hadn't yet, so you can catch the next live show or the next video that we drop. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. In the meantime, y'all know what time it is. Season's coming. Training camp's coming. Rise up. A-Town down. Y'all already know what time it is. We ready.